We're live, Lewis.
Good.
So, Louise, Lewis is back from Thailand, so we're getting him in the videos. Lewis disappeared for 3 weeks and left me to basically sleep in the gym for the last 3 weeks because he just...
ball, like.
Do you have a ball?
Yeah.
I'm glad you did. I didn't.
Yeah.
But he's now on toilet duties the next month.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to be talking about the Dad God Shred. And this week's focus is on eating and the diets. And I've seen this week quote today and I just thought, banging. Do you like it? Really? Instead of banging. Those who think they have no time for bodily exercise will sooner or later have to find time for illness. Edward Stanley. Great quote, really applicable to today's society because we've become lazy bollockses who just like to put on weight and eat shitty foods and not train. So, we're talking about diets and this conversation, this talk evolved from one of my clients yesterday telling me she was phoned up by someone who promised her that if she bought these pills for £90 a month and she took 2 of them a day, she could eat anything she wanted and never put on weight. True, Bill. Absolute load of horseshit I've ever heard in my life. Just this really bugs me. Says there is no real way to cheat this. This is the problem in society. We've become so used to instant gratification that we expect instant results from everything. And the reality is, fitness and shape and physique and losing weight and putting on muscle can't be rushed. Yes, you can take steroids. Yes, you can take fat burners. But there's short-term gains, and over the long term, they don't work. It's that simple. They cause more problems. There's use and abuse. Don't get me wrong. People use steroids all the time, and they don't. But when you start abusing steroids and you start getting obsessed with the size and shape, then the long-term problems evolve massively. So do like you'll see a lot of bodybuilders walking about and absolutely beat the shit, liver, kidney disease problems. So the stats state that 65% of all dieters put the weight on they lost or more within 3 years. Why? Well, number one, go too quickly, lose too quickly. What do you think that's, Lewis?
Yeah, 100%. I think that's right for number one. Like, I hear that the most. Like, people are like, I have a figure in their head, and they're like, I need to lose 20 pounds. And you're like, well, why? Why not just lose weight? 20 pounds? Like, why
what's the big thing? Yeah. I need to get to 8 stone.
To have a number? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I need to get 7 stone. Why? Because when I was 16, I was that weight.
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm 35 with 3 kids.
Exactly. No context.
No context at all. You put on more muscle. What happens? Like I always say to them, if I get you to 10 stone, but the best physique you ever had in your life, is that a failure then? And they go, no, not really. It's like, well, what's the problem? This fixation with a number.
They attach emotion to weight kind of thing.
That's perfect.
A number, like.
Number 2, mindset. Just basically the mindset of the person. They can't get themselves in the focus of the goal ahead of them, or it's maybe too much for them, and they just get overwhelmed and they can't cope. And that falls into habits then, because the habits, the mindset creates the habits you're going to do continuously. That what you do repeatedly becomes your habit, and if it's like your mindset's not in a good place, then the habits aren't going to be pretty good to help you then. Going alone, hence the reason why we do the group training, you're going to fail a lot more. There's more chance, you're not going to fail. There's more chance of failure if you do things alone. Unless you're very strong-willed and like really focused on what you're going to do, the chance of you being able to maintain a consistent eating pattern and training pattern, especially if you don't know what you're doing, you're really obese.
Yeah,
it's pretty low.
A lot of people underestimate that, like the value of like a support network. I used to, like, whenever I was younger, to think I could do all this shit by myself, and then you realise, like, with people around you, it just, I don't know, it changes the game.
Another thing I would say is, like, see people that are really overweight, they're going to be eating shitty foods. It's reality. They're going to be binging on like Chinese's, pizzas, chocolate, Coke, whatever. They'll pay £10, £15 for a gym membership. I'll go to the gym, but they don't see the value in spending. Whoa, 100 what? I'm not paying that.
Oh, wow.
But if you cut all the crap out over the month, the price is going to be probably the same as a gym membership. So right. It's that balance, and let's find that balance. And then number 5, which got pissed me off, is motivated this, was the fad diets, the pills, the wraps, and all that bullshit that comes along. Laura Curley, seaweed wraps. Yes.
Seaweed wraps?
Seaweed wraps. There's another girl we used to work with, used to walk around Thompson's, when he done doing Thompson's, wrapped in cling film. Because she was wanting to lose weight. This girl was a size 8. Beautiful figure. And she used to walk about, her boobs wrapped around, her legs just wrapped around because she
just
wanted
to make her look thinner?
No, because she thought like by sweating she would lose weight. And there's another thing, by the way, folks, that weighing yourself after a gym session, straight after the gym session, after you've done a really hard sweat session, and then getting the scales that night after drinking a load of water and feeling that discrepancy of saying, wow, I was 2 pound lighter or not. It's a surefire way of getting destroyed when you have to weigh yourself. If you have to weigh yourself, and if you're really obese and you really want to lose weight, then yes, using the scales as a measuring tool isn't a bad thing, but it becomes a bad thing when you allow it to yourself to obsess over these things. So if you're getting on the scales every time you walk past the scale and freaking out because there's a change of a pound or 2 pounds in the space of a day, it's never going to help your mindset. Get yourself in the habit of maybe every Monday and every Friday or something. If you have to do it a couple of times, do it 2 times. First thing in the morning, but before you've drank any water, just step on the scales and record your weight and then leave it. And don't become obsessed with it. The next time you come in, then record it again and see if there's a discrepancy in the weight. If it's going down continuously, even by a pound, it's fine. And we're going to celebrate small goals in a minute. So, reading this article saying a US study of 17,000 teens showed going on diet makes it more likely to put weight on. It's an increase of binge eating by 5 to 12 times. Okay, so you're going to likely increase your binge eating by 5 to 12 times if you go on a diet, and that falls back to psychological issues. When you tell yourself you're going on a diet, you're automatically going into a deprivation mode in your mind. So you can no longer have this, you can no longer have that. I can't, and it becomes miserable, and it's like a challenge. And the reason why you fail is we've got a finite amount of willpower. So if you're sick, if you're fighting with your partner, if your kids are doing their head in, if you hate your job, if you've just had an argument with someone or you just feel shitty that day, your willpower to do the things you've got to do every day, whether it be get up for work, deal with the kids, whatever, that's sucking all your willpower. And then you're going to feel stressed, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel lethargic, and straight kicks in the habits. What do you turn to? What do I turn to?
Food.
Chocolate. Fucking yes. Every time. If they will know I'm stressed because I will eat chocolate. I will go over and I will buy fucking 5 bags of M&Ms out of B&M or Poundland and demolish them in 10 minutes, and then cry myself into a diabetic coma and just want to be hugged because I'm not loved and I feel fat and disgusting. So you've just got to understand that the habits you're creating, over your lifetime, are going to naturally fall into like the natural sink of things whenever you're stressed. So you can't beat yourself up. And we're going to go on this now. How do you increase your chances? Well, first of all, a support network and accountability factor. The members of this gym will tell you, I'm especially not nice about it. Gareth, a lot of you are not nice about it. But holding people accountable for their shit. And I'm always saying, how's the eating going? How's this going? Are you tracking your calories? Blah, 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 blah. Because you've got to have that front of mind awareness to continue doing what you're doing and trying to create new habits. What's your opinion on that one?
Yes, you got to have intention. Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
How are your abs? Are they your holiday?
Not good, man.
Not good?
No.
Better than mine? Probably.
Probably still, yeah.
Habits. You're prepping food. No tempting foods in the house. So you're going to sit down on a Friday night and have a pizza and beer or takeaway and beer. It's going to that feeling of when you sit in the settee, there's turf there after a hard week's work, and you sit down and you just that big sigh, crack open a can, pour it out, that glugging sound. It's like the amber nectar's kicking in. You're feeling amazing. Sit down to a Chinese, whatever your favorite Chinese, or your pizza, or your chippy, or whatever it is. You drink that beer, and it's just that sensation of the weekend's mine. It's over.
Yeah.
But that wasn't always like that. You created that habit. So somewhere along the line, you got stressed, and you started associating this food and this drink with that feeling of amazingness, that feeling of relaxation. And that is why you turn to it now, because you've associated that feeling with it. It's why so many people go, I couldn't eat broccoli, I can't eat greens. They've got this association probably from their kid, their ma. I'd say as a kid, eat those greens. You're not leaving the table, eat those greens.
Yeah.
If you don't eat them now, I'm going to give you double a helping, and you're forced to eat this mushy, cold. And that association happens in your head, so you're starting to think, and that creates a habit of, I don't like this, I don't like that, and you reinforce it continuously by telling yourself. And then when someone like us come and say, eat your greens, I hate that, you're reinforcing it, verbalising it to us, verbalising it to yourself, and it becomes stronger and stronger because you're giving it more attention. So you can quite easily change that by just dissociating it and start associating now the feeling of, I'm finished work, I'm going to relax, I'm going to go for a nice leisurely walk, or I'm going to go, I don't give a shit what it is, just do something at some activity level, play with the kids, have some sort of enjoyment, that you start associating that with fun, and that sort of changes the mindset. You understand that?
Makes sense.
Yeah. Right, so prepping food, the habits, starting to create those good habits. Why are you doing this? Why are you prepping your food? Well, you're prepping the food because you want to have a certain goal. And it's somewhere, I won't talk about it because I've got it somewhere down there as well. Anyway, I'll talk about that later because I've got that list right there anyway. Do not deprive yourself of the foods and factor the foods you like. So this is a big, big problem. What do you think? Do you think?
I still eat shit.
Yeah.
I eat shit every day, more or less, but it's small, it's controlled.
Gareth eats so much shit.
Yeah.
Just
He loves them Kinder Bueno hippos.
don't
He loves them
like crazy. But he's factored that into his entire calorie count for the day. And that's what you got to do. But we said this yesterday, your goal, calories in, calories out is the main thing. The next one will be your protein intake. Okay, so if you're hitting your protein goals, that's fine. As long as you're hitting the protein goals, your calories in and out, then you can factor in a certain amount of those calories, the remaining calories, as the shitty food you need. If the weekend comes and you're going to have a bad weekend, you can do a bit of fasting. It's not advisable to do it all the time, but you can factor in a wee bit of a fast to keep some of the weekly calories towards like having a big pizza or having a big day out or whatever. So you don't have to deprive yourself of food. And any of these diets that say you have to deprive yourself is absolute madness, and it's the reason why so many people fail, because those habits, because you're wanting to enjoy life and life's for living, you need to have them. So don't change your mindset, focus on your why, and change your relationship with food. That goes back to what I was saying about the vegetables, and that need, people say, oh, I need to have my Chinese at the weekend, I need to have this. You don't need to have it. You enjoy having it, and you don't have to deprive yourself of it, as long as you understand that it's a certain amount of calories and it's required. You have to count them and factor them into your calories thing. Change your mindset and focus on your why. So why are you doing this at the start? And the whole reason, for me, it's the kids. I'm an older dad. I want to live longer. My kids are only 4 and one turned 1 on Tuesday. I want to be around to see them grow up. I want to be around to make sure that they're 2 daughters. I want to make sure that no wee creepy bollocks comes in and tries anything on them when I'm older. And I want to be able to be fit, strong, and still be able to fight to defend myself against 20-year-olds when I'm 60. So that's my why. I want to make sure I'm around to see for my kids. Accept shit happens and get back on the horse. So this is the reality. You are going to fail, and you're going to fail over and over again. And a lot of people, as soon as they fail once, they go, well, fuck it, that's it. There's no point in me doing this anymore. I'm just going back to my old habits. And that's what, hold on, the text flashed. No, it's okay, it's up here. So that's what happens. Whenever people can allow themselves to think, right, I've eaten this Mars bar, my dad's ruined, I might as well go eat 10. It's crazy. You just need to accept that you've created those habits for over the years. You are going to have times where you're going to fail, but just because you've had maybe 100, 200, 300 calories over your daily requirement does not mean you failed, especially if you're in the start of the week, because you can factor in those 300 calories over the next couple of days and drop your calorie intake by 100 calories a day over 3 days, and you're back on track. So it's no such thing as, oh, I've had 3 slices of pizza, I've failed. You haven't failed, you've just allowed yourself a slip up. Embrace it, enjoy it, and just factor in, just know you've got to be a bit strict the next couple of days. It's that simple. Embrace calorie counting. That goes back to what I was saying. You've just got to understand that the calories in, calories out is going to be the main crux of you losing weight. If you lose a lot, if you don't eat a lot of calories, you're going to lose weight. Simple as that. But the amount of calories you need to maintain your body mass just on a daily level needs to be factored in. Okay, you need to get a nice baseline level of calories, and just monitor them from there, depending on your activity level. And Gareth covered that in more depth a couple of talks ago, so you can just scroll through and listen to that talk as well. Realise it didn't happen overnight, and it won't happen. You're not going to lose it overnight again. So many girls come into me and they're overweight, and they say, I want to lose 2 stone. When do you want to lose it by? Tuesday. And that's Monday. It's not going to happen like that. It really isn't going to happen. You've got to accept that this process of you going from lean and fit to overweight and fat didn't happen in a week, didn't happen in a month, probably happened over a period of months, maybe 6, 7, 8 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. Life got in the way, and it's just you fall into that sequence of habits, and it's going to take quite considerable time, depending on the weight, to lose it. But the slower you lose it, the longer it is going to stay off you, and the easier it is to build up new habits and create those new habits that are going to lead to better results throughout your life. So just embrace it, and this goes into set and celebrate small achievable goals. There's no point you coming into me and that's me saying, "Joe, I want to lose weight by Friday, well it's Monday, I want to lose 2 stone." It can't happen. Celebrate the small goals, set small goals. For me, I've got a t-shirt that I wear and I've got it 12 years, I love this t-shirt, and I refuse to throw it out. It's tattered, it's ruined, but I saw something about it, I love it. But I can only wear it when I am about 88 kilo. I know when I'm 88 kilo because I can fit in that t-shirt. So that's always my main goal. When I get that t-shirt, I'm going, happy days, 88 kilo. I'm sitting about 92 now, so we've got about another 4 kg to lose, and I know I'll be in that, round about that weight. I sort of know the joys of technology, so I could cut out there, someone phoned me, sorry. Anyway, the last point I was saying was setting and celebrating small, achievable goals. So all you got to do, everyone's goal is going to be different, and but it's got to be applicable to you. It's got to make you motivated, and it's got to be achievable within a smaller time frame. Your big goal may be to lose 4 stone, 5 stone, whatever it is. But if you set that goal, I want to lose 5 stone, without smaller goals behind it to sort of back up and celebrate, it's going to be a long slog. So simple things like buying a dress, or buying a top, or buying a suit, or whatever, a pair of jeans that fits you, but just not, you're not comfortable in them. So like a few pound down, you're going to look better and you're going to feel good in them. That's a small goal, and celebrate those goals. Actually tell people about this. This is something that wrecks me. In society today, it's so easy for us to put ourselves down in front of others. It's so common, and so like, I can't do that, oh, I'm useless, I'm a fat mess. We're always able to turn around and tell people this without any real embarrassment, simply as a fear. It's like a thing of fear. Like if I turn around and tell you that before you say it to me, and it's only you thinking this, but if you're saying to yourself, well, he thinks I'm fat, or she thinks I'm fat, I'll say it before they say it to me. It's a lot easier coming from me than it is from someone else. So we build this in our heads that we can say these things about ourselves and put ourselves down, but the reality is, all you're doing is verbalising and strengthening that thing that you think you're fat, you think you're hopeless, you think you're a mess. And we can become embarrassed of actually turning around and saying, hey, I lost a stone, or I deadlifted 150 kilos first, because we don't think our goals are going to match up to what our expectations for them are. So we need to start changing that mindset of stop telling ourselves the negative shit and start being positive. Because at the end of the day, people are going to judge you anyway, and it really doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is, as long as you're being pushed forward and what you're saying is actually encouraging you and helping you drive forward, well, that's a good thing. So start celebrating the small goals. Start telling others that you've celebrated those small goals, that you've achieved these small goals, and you'll be surprised. Your friends will all be like, I'm so happy for you. In fact, one of my best mates, Ricky McMath, congratulations, mate. He lives in America now, but him and his wife Chelsea just had a second baby. And Ricky was always huge. Ricky, he's just a big lad, so he was 6'5", a lot of fat on him, and he's just always been big, cuddly Ricky. And I seen a photograph of him yesterday, and he must have dropped about 4-5 stone, and my jaw hit the floor. I'm in action with all of them. I couldn't stop looking at him in a totally non-gay way, but it was like I'm blown away by how much weight he's lost. And for me, as a trainer, to see one of my best friends lose that amount of weight and look so well, I am over the moon. And I text him, mate, I am so happy for you. Your true friends and your people around you will be happy to hear about and see that you're losing weight and you're improving your life, because they care for you and they want to see success. So don't be scared to celebrate those small goals. It's a massive, massive part, and it's probably one of the biggest parts of actually pushing you forward and creating new habits. So yeah, sorry about the interruption, folks, and that's it. Well, we'll go over it again. The 8 week shred begins the 5th of March. It's $257, works out £6.40 a session. The foundation phase starts on the 12th of February, which is this week, this Monday coming. There's now 3 spaces going. I can't remember, 3 spaces now left. Or, sorry, 6. I can't remember, 6 spaces. There's 4 left. So, it was $257, 3 weeks free, works out £4.60 per session. So if you're interested, click on the links. I'll put the link below this one as well, and hopefully see you soon. Cheers.